Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As I promised in my last video, I would show you how I mix my paint. And as I'm going to do a painting that is a two-way split, one side is going to be blue and one side is going to be white with some other colors on top, I need to prepare some of the paint actually. So I mix always in my plastic cups. And I use a scale, so and I reuse them. So as you can probably see, I use plain tap water. In this case, I'm using the Amsterdam acrylic paint. This is the phthalo blue that I'm going to use, and then I use the European Flotrol, which is the Owatrol. It's quite thick and it can be consistent with a lot of lumps. So I always drain it or sift it through. If not, I sift it afterwards. So in this case, let's just go ahead and do this. And I do hope that I can show you the thickness of the paint afterwards so that you can see the consistency of it. So turning on my scale, if it wants to. And this one is put for grams because we are in Europe, in Denmark. Shake it very thoroughly. I already did it before I started this video, but never mind. You cannot do it too much. So 200 grams of my Owatrol Flotrol. Getting slowly there to the 200 grams. It's about 180, 90, 200, exactly 200 grams. That's quite good. Then I add in a 50 gram of my paint. So it needs to add up to 250. 30, 40, around 40, 45, 8, 250, exactly 250. How lucky can I get? It's going well today. And then a 50 grams of water. Had it been a golden, I would probably have to add some more water, but then I do it gradually afterwards. So we're at 60, and it goes faster with the water here. 80, gotta be careful, I don't want to add too much. 85. 99, 1 gram missing approximately. Jesus, shaking here. It's really 300, exactly 300 grams. So 200 grams of my Owatrol Flotrol, 50 grams of my color, and then 50 grams of my water. Let's take that one away. And as you start to color all over my place here, stir this, it looks very strange, lumpy, very fluid, but as you get it stirred thoroughly, it's like when you're baking a cake here. Things start to thicken up, and even the colors is coming up. As you can see, looks quite cool. And I always check my sides because there's a lot of paint and Owatrol in the water, and even down here at the bottom of the cup, as you can see. So I try to be very thorough here every time I do my mix. And you can see it's thickening up. I could actually put this into a bottle when it's my normal paints, but I do like to see them if anything changed with the consistency of the paints that I'm buying. What if they change the recipe? I don't know. It's probably just me. I do like to just mix them this way. Sometimes if I have done it in the bottles, it's like it's not mixing the way that I want it to. So yeah, old-fashioned way. And I do not eyeball my mixing. I definitely check every time. So this is actually looking quite good. I could add some more water, but I think it's actually piling nicely up. I do hope you can see this. It is just how I want it. So if I try to make a ring, it does give you a pattern, but it quickly disappears. The same goes if it's piling up, but then it's disappearing and very quickly. It's not staying there. It doesn't take that long. So this is actually the consistency that I'm looking for in all my paints. Whether I mix them with just water and paint, that's what I'm looking for. When I mixed with water, I put in the water gradually, mix it very thoroughly up, and check the consistency if it matches. And if it gets to this consistency, I'm happy. Then you do not need to use the Flotrol. But I do use the Flotrol. It's kind of I don't know. I feel that I'm saving some of the paint, but then if I think about how much I am paying for paint comparison to the Owatrol, maybe there is not that much of a difference. I don't know. It's just me. I love the cells that it often helps me generate when I use the Owatrol, but then it's I also see that you can get lots of cells and beautiful paintings with just mixing with water. So it's up to yourself. But this is the consistency that I'm looking for, whether you have a mixture of water and paint or a mixture of paint, water and Owatrol Flotrol. That was it. This is how I mix my paint. So I also made a mixture of the white paint, which you can see after this one. I did that a few weeks back because sometimes it's easier to see it when it's white paint, but I think you can see this. Let's do yet another base paint. Let's do a white. White is always used. So here we go again, and as you can see, this has been used many times, and the last time I think it was actually a green one. Never mind, but it's on the outside that it's still colored. So here we go. Just checking if I have enough. I think I do, so let's do a 200 grams. Here, oh God, it was wrong unit. Grams, so 49 for now, so that's okay. Hope you can see everything here. So it's getting closer to the 200 grams. $201, that's okay. 1 gram is not killing the paint. Putting it on 0. So let's make a Amsterdam titanium white base. I have actually changed what I would normally use now, because I changed to a different brand when it comes to the base paint, and that's the Nova Blank acrylic colors. They're quite good and very good for the base paint. But today I'm gonna make with the Amsterdam. Wow, really made that good. So 50 grams of this, that was the first 10. $46, $48, $49, $51 actually. I'm just gonna take that off. So I'm gonna need another squeeze bottle for that. And then 50 grams of water. There we go. That's it. Away with the scale. And as you can see, I reuse my stirring sticks. So let's just take the paint off here. And let's start mixing. And as you can see, it looks very thin right now. Based on that, the water is on top, but as soon as you start stirring, it will thicken up. This way you're saving a lot of the paint when you mix it this way. I think at one point I saw another artist, I think the No Brainer, that actually made a calculation how much paint do you need for a type of canvas sizes and so forth. I need to try to look it up again. That was quite a good advice, because when you start mixing paint and you have the smaller ones are easy, the 20 by 20 when you have it in your squeeze bottles, but when you're starting working with 100 centimeters by 80 centimeters or 90 or something like that, you start thinking, okay, how much paint am I going to mix? And you always want to have some leftovers, because if something goes wrong and you want to fix some sides or anything, that you have some extra close at hand, that will be good. So the big difference here, working with white and then the blue, is that you cannot see if you stirred it around sufficiently and that you got all the things on the bottom from the Flotrol mixed in there. So I always go through it very thoroughly. So hopefully it's going to be easier to see the consistency here. So if you feel that that is warm honey, fine by me, but you can see that it's making a kind of a pile up on the top when you start letting it drop down from your stick, but it disappears very quickly. And if you make rings, they go away before you even get around it. So this is what I'm looking for when I mix my paint. Yeah, I'm happy here. That looks good. That's it. That is how I mix my paints.